Good day, my little robins. It's me, Beth. Another week has passed, which means you get another video from me here on this channel. If you haven't already read the title today, I'm bringing you guys my March manga haul / manga pickups. That's right, these videos are pretty self-explanatory by now. I've bought a ton of manga over the month of March, and I'm going to share it with you guys. Before we begin, if you want to support me and the channel, you can by clicking a like to show me some love. You can click subscribe and tap that bell to be notified of when I upload on this channel. Let's just dive into some manga goodness. Up first is Love is War Volume 4. That's right, this is a series that in the past, when I've talked about it, I've gone comedy sometimes does not translate well into manga. It translates well into anime, but sometimes in this form it doesn't. And I did kind of lose interest after Volume 3. But I saw Volume 4 and was like, you know what, I'm going to give it, a shot. And Volume 4 for me is where this series seems to pick up. So if you're unsure about this series like I was, at least get to Volume, 4, because this is where the story, the characters seem to really pick up. So yeah, I actually might continue with the series. We also have Volume 4 of Beastars. If you don't want to, read the manga, you can actually watch the anime. It's currently on Netflix, at least here in the UK. I binged it in like one day, but I love this series and I am shoving it down a lot of people's throats. It's just the characters, like the story, the world. It's a continuous plot twist and you never really know where each new, volume is going to take you. One day you love the characters and then the next day you hate them and then you're like, oh, why was I so wrong about this character? And especially like in today's society, I still love like the contrast between herbivores and carnivores. As I say, the meat eaters and the vegetarians of the world, or even the vegans. Social commentary at its finest. Now, it wouldn't be one of my manga hauls if I didn't buy some more Seraph of the End. That's right, I picked up Volume 17 and Volume 18. I love this series. You really should know this by now. Let me get number 17 up as well. Wow! I just love, the artwork on these covers. It's some of the best artwork and some of the best character design I recently found in, like manga and like anime itself. The anime is beautiful and pretty much sticks to the volume. So yeah, as I've already said, like in a previous video, I believe the series on Netflix, it wrapped up around Volume 12 going into 13 of, the manga. So if you want to continue, the Seraph of the End story, pick up the manga. You won't be disappointed. Up next in this haul is Comi Can't Communicate Volume 4 or 5. It's either Comi or Comi. I still really can't wrap my head around it, but yes, Volume 4, Volume 5. This is a series recommended by like one of you guys, and I was like, oh, I'm really unsure because I've read I've seen a lot of manga YouTubers here on YouTube and like bloggers really bum off this series, and sometimes I'm not into the hype. But as you can see, I now own 5 volumes of it and I cannot wait for Volume 6. It is just so cute and adorable. We can all relate. I didn't really have as bad of social anxiety, as like the character in this series, but when I was younger, I just couldn't talk to people. I still can't talk to people. And I'm 25 going on 26. I can relate to this story. Up next is something either manga lovers love or manga lovers hate, and that is when series do, these 3-volume omnibuses. I have some of the Full Metal Alchemist, like 3 volumes wrapped into one, and I now have One Piece volumes 1 to 3. That's right, I am a fan of this series. It's not a new series. I am like 200 episodes into the anime, so I am dedicated. I'm sticking the course. I'm staying the course. I just really wanted to give, the manga a go, and I was just browsing the shelves and I saw it and I was like, you know what, I've got 10 quid to spend, I'll just put it in my basket. If you like humour, if you like pirates, if you like adventure, then this series is definitely one I highly recommend. It's one of the classics. It's been out a long time. if you really want to get into like anime and manga, then I highly recommend, you know, checking out some of like the original series. But yes, One Piece, I love it. And yeah, my bank account is going to cry because there are a lot of volumes of this series. I'm just not currently thinking about how much money I'm going to like spend. And you know, to end this March manga haul / March manga pickups, whatever I decide to call this in editing, is Goblin Slayer. I have volumes 1 and 2 of Goblin Slayer Side Story Year 1, which is actually the origin story for our lead character Goblin Slayer. That's right. You know, when he was like a normal boy that went through a trauma, then he decided he wanted to start killing goblins and like his friends and how it affects them. I think this is like a really interesting series because for those of you who know, I'm a big fan of the manga and I've watched the anime. And Goblin Slayer is a very interesting character, but this series definitely gives you more in-depth backstory, more lore about the world, because unlike, yes, the manga and the anime is called Goblin Slayer, but you have other characters who, you know, need screen time, who need introductions, backstories. So I was so thrilled when I saw these, and I just love Goblin Slayer. So yeah, Volume 1 and Volume 2 is definitely a series I'm going to continue reading because I love Goblin Slayer. He is a misunderstood character, and if you want to know more about his backstory and the reasons why he is like he is, then check these out. Sticking to the Goblin Slayer theme is Volume 3 and Volume 4 of Goblin Slayer the light novel. Now you're probably thinking, you haven't shown some light novels in a while in some of these hauls, and well, I know Goblin Slayer, you know, Volume 7 of the manga released earlier in March. I went to the shop and due to the current pandemic spreading around the world, deliveries are delayed in a lot of shops, and they were very blunt with me. They were like, yes, we normally get, you know, new volumes in on the days they release, but we don't know when the delivery is coming in. And since I really want to continue like the Goblin Slayer story, I was like, you know what, there's more light novels out than there are, you know, manga. I like reading, and I'm really curious like where Volume 7 takes me. So, you know, I had to pick up the next 2 volumes in the light novel. I love the covers. Goblin Slayer has some very nice artwork, some very nice character designs. Yeah, I nearly poked myself in the eye because it's such a good series. Hopefully I will get to pick up, you know, Volume 7 maybe in April. It might be May at this point, so you know, I'm going to need Volume 4 for when I finish Volume 3. I've nearly finished Volume 3, so I actually might have to pick up Volume 5. Hopefully Amazon is still delivering. So there we have it, guys and girls of the internet. That was just my March manga haul, or my March manga pickups, depending on what mood I'm in when I'm editing and what I want to call this video. I hope you guys learned something more about me and my manga and anime interests. In the comments below, I'd love to know what you guys are reading. Do you have any recommendations you think I should read? Let's start a conversation because, you know, there's nothing stopping us. Yeah, let's just wrap up this video. If you want to support me in the channel in the future, you can by clicking like to show me some love. You can click subscribe and tap that bell to be notified when I upload on this channel. You can check out my last 2 videos or playlists, you know, at the end of the video when I put up that end screen. Wow, you'd think I would have my ending, like my outro, like nailed by now, since I pretty much say the same thing every video. Sometimes you had word vomit, and today's one of those days. Until next time, I'm Beth. Goodbye.